One of the nice things about playing minor chords is that you can substitute out things. And there's another little trick that I've used for years and I've heard lots of other players use. And it's a real easy little formula that you can remember. And it adds spice to what you're playing. It's what we call the two below spot. Let's go right up here on the board and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We have played A minor, for instance, like 8 with the A pedal. And remember, there were several things we said we could do with that. We could just take the A pedal off and maybe play C to that. Now, that was a good substitute chord. Well, you don't have to do that. Here's the little trick we've used for a long time, and I really like this because this chord back here is 2 frets below, and we're not talking about throwing this chord out at all. We're talking about using this chord and then going back 2 below to the 6A and F. We're saying from any minor chord, not just this one, from any minor chord, however you might find it with the A pedal, drop back 2 frets and hit the A and F pedal. And what you get back here, I won't even name the chord because it doesn't matter. It's a spot, it's a pattern. This gives you a tension chord. It gives you tension against the A minor. We're not talking about starting here. We're talking about starting here, dropping back and playing this and letting the band hear the tension. While the band plays A minor, you're going to play this chord against it and then maybe jump back to it. And what this is going to make is a little scale of harmonies. It's going to make a scale of melodies and so forth. You can use it as chords or you can use it as melodies, which we'll see here in a minute. As we see in another example, let's suppose you found D minor and you're trying to play something, D minor on 13A, and whatever song it might be, you want to add something to what you're playing. You can always drop back 2 frets or go 2 below, hit the A and F position, use this. You don't have to be in a big hurry, but use it to let people hear the tension and then gradually get back to there. As we'll see in the exercise, there's various ways of doing that. For an E minor, for example, 3 with the A pedal, drop back 2 frets to 1 A and F. In each case, all we've taken is the A pedal position and dropped back 2 frets, hit the A and F pedal. And all this is adding tension to what we're playing. Now, if you go up in your book there to page 13 and 14, there's a little exercise I've written there called 2 below and hot. And actually, it's all about playing 2 below the minor chord. Now, we're going to be in the key of G, but this track is one we haven't used before. It's one that's in the key of G, and it goes to A minor or the 2 minor a lot of times. It really wouldn't matter which minor we used. It would work no matter what. But this one uses a lot of the A minor, so I thought, well, this is a good way to actually practice this thing. So let's go right to the exercise and to the guitar. I'll show you what I mean. On page 13 there, it talks about going right to A minor, right off. Remember, we're in the key of G, but it really doesn't matter. Hitting the A minor, and then right quick. It's only 2 beats, and then back to the 6A and F. And you're going to hear that chord, that's a G, against what everybody else is playing A minor. And you would think, well, my goodness, why, can I get away with playing a G chord there while they're playing A minor? And the answer is yes, sir, it's going to sound quite good. Notice I'm not hitting the G first. I'm hitting the A minor first. I'm establishing that I know what chord this is. Now, it's 2 beats like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the rhythm track will go back to G. Well, let's add a little tension to this one too, even. Play G first, and then play a D chord against it. That's a pretty good trick. It has nothing to do with minors, but it's nice. And then we're going to take this one step further there. The third example there uses A minor 7th. The rest of the band is playing A minor. We're going to play straight C, which is A minor 7th, back to 6A and F, to straight C. Now this is really 2 steps removed. Everybody else is playing A minor. We're playing a C and a G and a C. So literally there are 3 sounds flying around in this room. There's A minor, there's C, and there's G, and it's quite interesting. It makes for nice music. Then the second line there on page 13 starts with a G because the band is G. And then we're going to pass through that A minor as a scale step is why. And then we're going to drop back and play a little melody that uses this 6A and F position. Listen to this thing. It's a little scale. Here's the A minor. Quickly back to 6A and F. Now that's not a bad little sound. Listen to that. Now, literally, let's look at that 8A and the 6A and F. While we're here, you could play strings 3, 4, and 5, and listen to this sound. 3, 4, and 5, back to 6A and F. Now back to 8A and hit strings 4, 5, and 6. Back to 8A and hit strings 5, 6, and 8. To 8A, 6, 8, and 10. My goodness, that's making a scale in itself. Listen to this. And you can do it backwards. That's a pretty scale, and it's all A minor. It's kind of a remote scale. Sounds strange, but you could do that against any A minor, any way you want to phrase it. So that's the first page. Let's go to page 14, and it'll go to a G again. And then the rhythm track will change to the F sharp minor, to E minor, and we're using minor sevenths is all. And then it'll go to A minor, and we're going to do a little scale step up from A minor, 8A to 10A and B. Then the next line, C for A minor 7. Another 15A and B is an A minor 7th. The band is playing A minor, but we're going to do a straight C scale almost. And then the band will go to D, and here's where we see the 13 A and F to 10. And a nice little walk down to the G, 9A to 8A. And then 6A and F, C. So here's the whole thing sort of in time, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, G, 4, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, next page, 2, 3, 4, quickly now. 2, 3, 4. Now, I'd stop right here if you haven't got the phrasing down and kind of get the timing. And then once you have, let's take track number 5 and let's play this thing along with it. Here it is, 2 below and hot with track 5. It's a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. G, A minor, G, A minor, next page, A minor, run, starting over again. Starting again. Boy, that's fun, just throwing out the minors. And most of the time, we were playing the wrong chord. I don't understand why we like tension in songs, but it sure makes it interesting. It's throwing that chocolate ice cream out the window and getting strawberry and everything else all mixed up in there. So it's all right to play the wrong chord as long as you know the band is playing the right one and you're playing the wrong one against it. Remember, the 2 below adds spice to what you're doing. Don't forget, it makes a great little scale for melodies. It might be the exact melody you're looking for. Take this thing and try to get the little pattern in your mind, and then use it every chance you get. Anytime you get into an A pedal position for the minor, drop back that 2 below and let them hear that tension in there. It's a beautiful sound. We'll see you next time.